Oh, by the way, Ticketmaster is making fans pay an extra fee to apply for tickets to the March Madness 2024, but that's not all. If you don't get lucky and receive a ticket, they won't even refund your application fee. Dude, at this point, Ticketmaster can like come to your house, okay, and demand your firstborn for whatever concert that you want to fucking go to. And because they're a monopoly, they can get away with it. And the government's like, yes, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, oops. Oops, sorry. Like literally, they could just like come to your house and be like, oh, do you want to even Ticketmaster has decided if you even think about going to a Taylor Swift concert, we are legally allowed to come to your house and fuck your wife, okay? we are legally allowed to come and steal your puppy. And there's not really anything you can do about it because that's the free market, baby. We're a monopoly. We own it. What the fuck do you want the government to do? Are you serious? Break up the monopoly. Or, I don't know, arrest every executive at Ticketmaster. That's a start. It's called antitrust laws, my friend. And they are, you know, supposedly they exist. Communism. Okay, let me ask you something. Are you Ticketmaster? Are you Mr. Ticket? Are you Mr. Master? Do you enjoy going to, I don't know, events like this? Do you enjoy getting ass fucked by Ticketmaster exclusively because they just have a monopoly? Are you Mr. Ticket or are you Mr. Master? Show me. Are you a lobbyist for Ticketmaster? Show me the pay stubs. We can have a conversation. You want the government to start infringing on business rights? Abso-fucking-lutely I do. Absolutely I do. It would be to your benefit. Lol, I'm a slave, boss. Yeah, but you also have, weirdly enough, a slave mentality over it as well, where you think like, oh no, it's actually not bad that this is happening to me. Yes, you are. You, just like many of the other people in this chat, just like millions of Americans, are a wage slave, okay? You have no control over your life, and the one time when you just turn around and you're like, hey, this shit's fucked up, let's fucking fix this, the government should do something about it, you go, oh man, that's communism, fuck that. How about citizens do something about it? We don't need the government. The citizens do something about it. The fuck do you mean? The whole purpose is that the citizens are doing something about it. They're voting for fucking legislators that are supposed to do something about it because they say that they're going to do something about it, and then they don't do anything. So what are you saying? What did you do? This is the conservative mentality, dialogue tree over and over again. I keep explaining how stupid what he's saying is, and then he moves on and goes, what did you do? What do you mean, what do I do? I voted just like you did. Okay? Now I'm expecting a return on that investment. Let me use, capitalism terms that you understand. I'm a black dude in LA. I'm not a conservative. It doesn't matter where you live or what your background is because you are speaking like a fucking dumbass. Okay? That's what's important here. You need to understand. You are a dumbass. Okay? Dumbasses advocate against their best interest. You need to stop being a dumbass and start being a smart ass, okay? You being black or from Los Angeles doesn't change the reality that this advocacy right here, any kind of government intervention in market, in business rights, as though businesses deserve rights, what the fuck is wrong with you, is inherently conservative, okay? So what is your alternative? It's dumb to keep expecting our reps to do anything. Let's keep waiting for the government. How about we do something? What do you suggest? What is your suggestion here? Most people don't know that the government has the power to break up companies and force competition because they're too young to remember when the government did stuff. Incredible. When I was your age, chat, the government broke apart AT&T into many companies. Yeah. That didn't really work out in the long run, though, because, we picked those pieces back up real quick. Let's get creative, brother. You're a smart guy. No, I asked you a question. Don't abdicate responsibility. Don't move away. Don't deflect. I asked you, what is your creative opinion in this regard? Don't tell me I'm a smart guy. I'm a fucking idiot, too. Okay? So what do you got? Go ahead. Explain to me how you, as a citizen, believe you are going to be able to take down Ticketmaster, a monopoly. I want to know. I want to know what you got. I'm sure you got some good ones. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. He said boycott. Yeah, dude. Remember when people boycotted Hogwarts Legacy? That was incredibly effective. And then the UK government actually ended up putting J.K. Rowling in prison. How do you boycott a monopoly, by the way? Because Hogwarts Legacy wasn't even a fucking monopoly. It was just like a game that had a profoundly popular IP that people wanted to consume, people wanted to enjoy. So that didn't work then. How do you boycott a monopoly? You just like don't fucking go to. It's a monopoly, so you just don't go to any concerts whatsoever. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to no concerts. You stop going. That's one thing we could do. That's an actually effective tool. Please show me the last time we got the government to do anything. Boycotts, especially decentralized boycotts that revolve around commodity consumption, are the least effective forms of protest, especially when they do not have a tangible goal in mind. Because ultimately, what you're saying is that boycott is supposed to do what? That boycott is supposed to do what to Ticketmaster? The only thing you could do is try to force Ticketmaster to, stop their nefarious practices by boycotting, but it's never going to happen. It does not work. If that's your goal in mind, good luck stopping people from going out and enjoying things in this, capitalist fucking hellhole. The only thing you could do is pressure the government. That's what you're supposed to do. And people do that all the fucking time. If you're genuine about wondering how you could actually enact change, instead of what is the government supposed to do? Since when has this conservative stepped in to infringe? This conservative, what? SJ? Stepped in to infringe on business rights. You're right. That's what we're supposed to do, but that's not effective. No, what you're supposed to do is build labor power. Because the only thing you can do, the only power you do have is how much profits you generate for our business overlords, okay? So that is the only aspect that you do have a crumb of power in. So if you do engage in any kind of collective bargaining or any kind of direct action, make sure that you do it in your workplace. That's why I advocate for labor unions all the time. Just look at the direct consequences of that action, that kind of action in play from a couple weeks back, as I went to the WGA picket lines, the Writers Guild of America picket lines, okay? And we were able to, with like 25 to 30 people, shut down an entire Marvel production. The reason why that was able to happen is because the Marvel production relies on a shitload of other unions, including the Teamsters unions, the guys that, drive the trucks. So that's the only way, through collaboration with other unions, can you actually demand or make noticeable changes in your workplace and genuinely demand change and actually get it. That's where that comes from. What policymakers are going to hop on the Ticketmaster bandwagon? What state constituents have that at the forefront of their citizens' demands? First and foremost, there are plenty of constituents. The fucking Taylor Swifties were actually putting a lot of pressure. It doesn't matter, though, because people can get away with avoiding that kind of pressure. The politicians can get away with avoiding it harder than the subscribers avoid the top of the hour ad break. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is Subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Swifties are not a constituency, Lamau. It doesn't. First of all, you're so wrong. White women in the suburbs, if anything, out of any entertainment group, if you think Swifties are not a constituency, you're wrong. It's probably the most important constituency. It's probably one of the biggest and most important voter blocks in the United States of America. White women in the suburbs, dude. Are you kidding me? Anyway, look. You came in with a uniquely antagonistic attitude towards like meaningful change, or even someone who is like advocating for meaningful change. And then your solutions were boycotting, which was ineffective. It is demonstrably ineffective. It has failed time and time again. Okay? What is this? This tweet is almost 2 years old now. What? Okay, this is irrelevant to what we're talking about right now. By the way, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky to avoid the top of the hour ad breaks. Before I forget, let me run that shit real quick because I'm about to forget it. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Look at that. Breaking news. Over 70% of Americans, including 63% of Trump voters, support the writer's strike. A new poll we commissioned from Blue Rose Research shows overwhelming support for the WGA strike that cut across race, age, gender, and even political ideology. Strikes are effective. Strikes are meaningful. It's one of the only areas where you can actually make change, because the only thing that rich people care about is making money. Okay? And the only way rich people can keep making money is not by doing the writing themselves, not by teaching the classrooms themselves, right? It's by actually getting workers to do that. So when you shut that fucking faucet off, all of a sudden, think of it like a boycott, but for work. Okay? Most strikes don't work like that, though. Rare Hasanabi L. What? And by the way, this is not about Ticketmaster or its monopoly on ticket sales, okay? It's not about that at all. This is just about any monopoly. You could talk about this with respect to Amazon. You could talk about this for every single thing. Anyway. My mom is a monopoly to get you to come over. What the fuck? So stupid. I do have a monopoly on Chad's moms. This is true. Actually true. But I hope you leave this. I'm allowed to have a difference in opinion, guys. I'm still a big supporter. Wait, what? Debt ceiling is more of a concern for me than Ticketmaster. Wait, hold on. You can have a difference in opinion. The difference is not that you have a difference in opinion. The difference is that you fucking immediately flipped it on me and said, what did you do? I mean, I've done probably more than the average person because I have the freedom to be able to do and the economic security to be able to do more than the average person for a lot of these causes that I speak on. So that's not just like a difference in opinion, though. That is like unnecessarily antagonistic towards someone who you admit you broadly agree on and say that you're a big supporter of. You know what I mean? So ask yourself why you immediately swap it over and say, how about citizens do something about it? What did you do when your only when your only solution, your only suggestion is basically just boycott, I guess. You know what I mean? All right. Let's get back to. I don't know how the fuck we got to Ticketmaster. I guess the NCAA.